Hello again, it's Bill. I'm the salty old Marine. I want to talk to you today about VA disability, specifically what do you have to do to get a VA disability rating from the Veterans Administration. For any Veterans Administration disability rating, there are certain things that have to be done. Number one, whatever it is you're claiming, it has to have either happened while you were on active duty in the military, or it has to have been made worse while you were serving. So, as an example, if you want to claim migraines, then you had to have gotten the migraines for the first time while you were in the military, or alternatively, you could argue that you had migraines previously to that, but you were they were made worse by your military service. So that is the basis of a claim. Now the question would be, how would you go about proving that that this happened while you were in the military? Well, there's a number of ways you can do that. For some veterans who are covered under what we call the PACT Act, it might be what's called a presumptive. That is to say, for certain claims, certain conditions, if you served in certain places during certain times, for example, during the recent wars, your claim might be considered a presumptive, meaning that you don't have to prove that it started during your military service. That will be presumed. Therefore, it's a presumptive. For the rest of us, those of us who did not serve during those periods of time, or for whom that particular condition that they're claiming isn't covered under a presumptive condition like the PACT Act, we have to do it a different way. So, for example, again using migraines as an example, if you were diagnosed with migraines while you were in the service, there should be a record of that in your medical records, and that should be accessible. The VA should be able to find that. You should be able to find that if you pull a copy of your records, which, by the way, you should do. And that will be the basis of your claim. So that's the first element. Second element is a current diagnosis. So it's one thing to say that you were diagnosed with migraines while you were in the service, but do you have migraines now? That's the next requirement. So you're going to need to get a medical diagnosis saying that yes, indeed, you currently are diagnosed with migraines. Now, having done those two things, proven that your migraines started while you were in the service because you were diagnosed when you were in the service, and proving that you currently have a diagnosis of migraines, the third thing we have to create is what's called a nexus. That's a link between the two. So the nexus is a medical opinion which states that it is at least as likely as not that your current condition, migraines in this example, are related to the migraines that you had while you were in the service, which you were also diagnosed for. So assuming that that link is made, we now have all three elements necessary for a claim. I should say necessary for a successful claim. You can always make an unsuccessful claim. Not that you would want to. Now, once we've done that, there's yet another element. And that is, it has to have a negative effect on your life. So the VA doesn't give disability compensation because you have migraines. The VA gives a compensation because of the way that your migraines affect you now. So, for example, if you are unable to conduct your affairs on a day-to-day basis, you have to have a curtailed social life because of your migraines. You find yourself unable to work when you want to work, and it affects your ability to earn a living. Those are the things that the VA compensates for. You follow me there? So this is very important. I think a lot of veterans get this confused. Well, I have migraines. Why don't I have a migraine disability? Why was I rated so low? Why did I get a 0%? Because the VA doesn't, well, of course the VA cares, but for disability purposes, the VA doesn't care that you have migraines. That doesn't mean anything. What matters is how the migraines affect your life today. So, we prove that the migraines started while you were in the military. We prove that you currently have migraines. We get a medical opinion stating that the migraines you have today are related to the migraines that started while you were in the service. And finally, we demonstrate that your life is currently negatively affected by those migraines. Those are the elements for a successful disability claim. If you look up your migraine claim using, say, Google, and you type in migraines 38 CFR, which is the regulations that cover VA disability claims, and you search for migraines, what you'll discover is a series of paragraphs that describe what the rating schedule is and how each rating is achieved. So, for example, a 10% rating will have a certain set of requirements, meaning how it affects your life today. A 30% rating, the same. 50% rating, again, the same. And of course, they go up in severity. So the more adversely your life is affected, the higher the rating that the VA tends to give. What's important to you is to read this and understand it carefully. Then you need to map your symptoms to the disability ratings. Be honest, be truthful, because fraud is not a good thing and can get you in a lot of trouble. And it has gotten veterans in a lot of trouble. But speaking honestly, examining your symptoms, matching them up to what the 38 CFR says about any given disability, that will allow you to tailor your claim to exactly what it is that you wish to accomplish. So that's what I've got for you right now. I hope that you find this helpful. Have a great day.